I apologize if the video wasn't very good as far as me putting this together. It wasn't supposed to be a how to put together video because I didn't even know what I was really doing. I messed up a couple times. But anyway, before I'm gonna get this thing started and start using it, I was just going over it, making sure that all the fittings are tight. Even some of the bolts in some other places, I just made sure they were tight. Who knows how tight they get everything in the factory, you know. If they're in a hurry, they're just gonna get it snug and then be done with it. I got everything tightened down except I need to grab a socket. I was using a flat screwdriver on here, but that doesn't get it as tight as you can get it with a socket. So I got to do that. And then I'm basically ready to put fluid in it and give it a try. I was reading up in the instructions and looks like it holds 2.1 gallons of hydraulic oil. 1.6 I think is in the reservoir, and then the other 0.5 is in the lines in the cylinder. This tube here will hold a decent amount too. So the engine takes 0.55 liters of engine oil, which is, I think, just a little bit over half a quart. Maybe 18 fluid ounces or so. Not totally sure. Yeah, all those weird different measurements for fluid. But anyway, so a couple things about this as far as quality and whatnot. I think I may have mentioned earlier, this whole assembly right here, I can't do it by hand. But when I tried tightening this fitting, and even one of the other fittings, it was turning this whole valve. And I have it as tight as I could get it, so I'm hoping it still isn't able to turn. So, I don't know about that, but... and even though I believe I've tightened everything except for these two clamps, the only way to really know if you got everything good is after putting fluid in it and running it. You'll see if there's a leak, which, you know, messy, but at least you know, and you can go from there. Surprisingly, the directions really don't say a whole lot about like a break-in procedure for the engine, which this engine here is practically the same engine on both of my Sears garden tractors, and these, you know, had kind of a break-in period, but I'm not really worried about it with this. Whatever, you know. I was kind of like on the fence about getting this, and there's a few reasons for that. One, I try to do my best at buying American. Nowadays, that's not the case for a lot of people. I believe that American products that are made tried and true will outlast and outperform a lot of the other products from around the world, especially China. But the problem that I had here is that I needed a cheap splitter that was powerful and could be shipped. And this met that criteria. And I wanted to get a $1,300 country county line, I think it was, from Tractor Supply, 25 ton, very well made. I looked at it at the store multiple times. I just didn't want to spend that much on that one. Who knows if that was even made in the US? I have no idea. But I'm just saying, I feel kind of guilty, you know, like buying a foreign product when, you know, I try to buy made in the USA stuff. But nice thing about this though, and I hate admitting it, is that if anything happens to the engine, I can easily take this pump off of this engine go to Harbor Freight, buy a 6.5 horse Predator engine for 140 bucks, which is a Honda clone Chinese engine, and just put this back on it. They have the same bolt pattern on the crankcase there by the output shaft. So, and I'm not even worried about the engine on this thing. From everything I've read online, it's always other stuff. It's always leaks, valve problems, cylinder problems. Like I said earlier in the video, there's a huge problem with this free-floating cylinder that has no guides that keeps the cylinder from going side to side and bending. And I kind of want to make something that I can bolt onto this plate here. Something that might like just go along the sides, so then if it does try to go off to the side, it'll like catch it and prevent the cylinder from bending. Maybe, I don't know. But I think for now, when I'm splitting wood, I'm gonna put the flattest side of the wood against this, and then if the other side of the log is angled, I'm gonna put it towards the wedge. So there are things you can do to try to prevent that. Obviously not, you know, sticking the hardest piece of wood you could ever find in here, or, you know, using a piece of wood that's too big and that it's not rated for. So, but yeah, if anything breaks, then I guess I'll have to see how good the customer service is on this. I still can't believe this was only, I don't know what I said it was, $560 or something like that. It's in the mid $500 range plus delivery, which was like 40 bucks. Still not bad at all. So, but I'm gonna put the hydraulic oil in. I'm gonna start with like 1.5 gallons, or at least until I can see it on the dipstick, and then run a little bit, and then I'm gonna have to add some more in it. I'm not gonna get the whole system filled without running it. So I don't know a heck of a lot about hydraulics, but I know that that's something you have to do. The engine, it came with a little funnel, so I'll put 0.55 liters in that and throw some gas in it, and I guess we'll give it a try. I absolutely hate the smell of hydraulic oil. I don't know why. So the battery died, but as you can see, it works pretty good. So I knew I'd have to add more hydraulic fluid. But other than that, it started first bowl and no leaks, nothing. This little thing up here that locks when you lift the handle up, cascaded out each side because a log caught it. And I went and found it, which just goes back in there somehow. But I'll fix that because it's kind of nice. When you lift the handle, it locks into place. And you can move it around real easy. But pretty good unit. I split quite a bit of wood in a short amount of time, so I know it's not going to take me long to get my entire stockpile cut up or split up. So I highly recommend, and you'll probably see some more of it. Thanks for watching.